Good morning. Little loudly. Good morning. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Celso and the Navemarg team for inviting me on this occasion of the 6th Young Investor, or probably the Youth Conclave. Friends, if I want to talk about first Dr. Celso, it's been first a great inspiration for us, because as NJ, we think that the financial literacy among the young investors is one of the most important, theme that we have picked up as an organization. And we launched a concept called FLAP, that is Financial Literacy Awareness Program. Dr. Celso was the first, in fact, he had started it doing before we actually conceptualized that particular concept. And he was the first one to pick it up, and pick it up with full force in Goa. And today we are very happy that all the students who are sitting over here are nothing but the students who have cleared the FLAP. With NJ, currently we have around 15,000 plus students who have gone through this program of FLAP, and our mission is just to increase that number to as much as possible. The theory is very simple. I'll just take myself a little back, and I go back 25 years when I was probably a young graduate or a postgraduate. And I was called for an interview in this company called NJ, which I'm still there. And I was told that it is something related to mutual fund. And I called a few people asking that, do you know anything about mutual fund, my friends? So I probably would help to answer those questions, because those times you don't have an internet or a Google to go and search about mutual funds. None were able to answer me. I went for the interview with a very blank mind. They asked me, do you know about mutual funds? I said, no. So what they did, and Bala sir, you are there, so just for your reference, I was given 2 books. In fact, one book which was from MP, talking about what is mutual fund, and one application form of Birla mutual fund, right? And these are the 2 documents I took back and probably studied what is exactly a mutual fund is all about, and came again for the interview, and they asked, I answered whatever I could get from that 2 things which I took it back, and I was selected, and that's how I entered into this field. When I entered, I started learning more about investments, how it should be looked into, what are the benefits of equity investment, why equity for long term. In the course of my meeting investors, I met 2 very distinct investors I remember very, very well. And I was very new. And these 2 investors have created phenomenal wealth from equity investments, from generations. Okay? You find very unfortunately in India, you find very less number of families who have created wealth from equity from generations. You have your father or you have your generation who would have invested into a bank FD or would have invested into a real estate, but to get a family who have created wealth by investing into equity from generations is very rare, even today. So when I met them and I saw what phenomenal wealth that they have created from equity investment, I went to my dad and asked, हमने कुछ ऐसा कुछ किया है क्या? Right? And honestly, the answer which was very expected was no, right? Kaha equity, kaha investment, there was nothing. And the reasons are very obvious. There was no literacy on financial literacy. My father is 87, so I have to go back when he was 25 years of age. So I have to go back nearly 50 years before. And when you go back, I don't think that there was any awareness about investments, benefits of equity. There were no mutual funds, there were no distributors, there were no financial awareness programs which probably you young students are probably attending, and it is quite understandable. But in my 25 years of my journey today, This journey is there that I think I started selling mutual fund way back in 1997 when I started my career. We have a 25 year of history, in fact more history available, but I'm specifically talking about 25 years of history which I see in mutual funds. Where 10,000 rupees of SIP which was invested in mutual funds over the last 25 years has risen to a value of 4.3 crores. These are the actual data, right? These are not superficial numbers or these are not assumptions. These are the actual data that somebody would have started an SIP way back 25 years before, an SIP of 10,000 rupees. The current value is around 4 crore 30 lakhs, right? Without increasing any amount, just the 10,000 rupees of an SIP. And today we have this data. Again, if this young generation go back and ask the older generation, that mutual funds were there, few distributors are there, this kind of phenomenal wealth creation has happened. Have you ever invested into it? I am very sure the answer would come again. No, that we don't have that long investment into an equity, and that's the data. In India, there are only 4 crore of equity or a mutual fund investor to put it into the right perspective. There are only 4 crore of mutual fund investor in a population of 140. When you have this substantial performance being demonstrated by the fund houses, thanks to the fund houses which is sitting over here and not sitting over here, they have done a phenomenal job in the last 25 years, but still we get the answer that we have not really participated. The whole purpose of probably launching this flap is this only, that in the next 25 years, when this generation moves back or move ahead, and the new generation comes in, and the new generation asks the older generation the question that are you an investor? The answer should come yes. So that's the whole reason of launching this financial literacy awareness program, is to answer this simple question that are the youth ready for investments, right? I don't have a time too much, so I will be very quick. I have a few points which I just wanted to ponder upon. You already have created or cleared the financial literacy awareness program. I think so you have seen across a lot of videos, but I want to share only 3-4 points, and I don't think so there are new points. So for me, I always believe that investments are very simple things. There are no complicated concepts which are there in investments. If you just understand the 3-4 simple things in investment, you can never ever go wrong. Only thing is that how simply you execute those points. And these points which I am just trying to highlight it out, and if it is a repetition, please pardon me, because I don't think there is anything new, right? The foremost thing that you need to understand is that in investment is that which asset class that you choose in. India traditionally has been a very good saving economy. The culture of saving is inbuilt in India to a very, very large extent, right? And when you save, the transition has to be to become an investor. So how you become an investor is that you save and then you put that money into creating new money. That's what is investment all about, right? बचाया को इन्वेस्ट किया तो इन्वेस्टमेंट से कुछ आपको मिलेगा. So that transition our forefathers have been doing it. That is fair enough. So I know every household in this country where there is a concept of saving, there is a concept of investment, that whatever I have saved I have to invest from where I get something back, right? That's what is investment all about. But the problem is that where you invest is also extremely important. The asset, which asset which you have invested, and I'll show you this graph which has been my Bible. Right? This graph is my Bible. This graph is from a book from Jeremy Siegel, right? And it talks about a 200 years of history. That history is not small, unfortunately, but fortunately it is long. I will put it the other way around. It is a history of 200 years of United States, right? And it talks about return from different asset class, and that's the only slide I have today, my friend. The rest of the things I will Stocks have generated 6%, bonds have generated 3.6, gold have generated 0.7, and dollar is minus 1.4. Now why this return is minus 1.4? Because these returns are not the actual returns but the real rate of returns. Real rate of returns is nothing but return above the, you are all SAP students, return above the, anybody? Return above the inflation. At least one noise I can hear somewhere. It is return above the inflation. How much percentage the price rise, and above that is the real rate of return, right? So if I want to make this graph a simpler one for you more to understand, I'll just put a perspective, and this is more simpler to understand rather than the graph. Somebody in US had say money, say he had money which was equivalent to buy 100 chocolates, right? उसके बाद पैसा था, वो पैसे से 200 साल पहले वो 100 चॉकलेट खरीद सकता था. With that man decided that I will not invest, I will only save, and I will save and put it into a pot, और pot रख दिया, pot में पैसा रख दिया. Now there is an inflation, the chocolate prices are going to go up. After 200 years, one of his future generation finds that pot, take the money out, and then see how many chocolates he could buy. He could now only buy 5, right? The value of money has depreciated because the money was kept in a pot. It was the money which was saved but never invested. If that man has invested the money into gold, a very popular asset class which people love to invest, generations love to purchase. Sometimes I feel that whatever gold we get from generations. Now the same thing, if the same money was invested into gold, and then the new generation wants to sell it off, they will be able to, buy 442 chocolates. So the purchasing power has gone up from 100 chocolates to 452 chocolates. Clear? Simple? Yes or no?
Yes.
If they are invested into bonds or the 4% deposits or the risk-free assets, the purchasing power would have gone to 1,77,000 chocolates. Again, 100 chocolates 200 years before, the new generation would be able to purchase 1,77,000 because they have invested into a place which was giving a real rate of return. Any guess on equity? 6% real rate of return against 3.6% real rate of return on bonds. Any guess? Any guess? Any guess? Fast. I am not able to hear. 83 lakhs. 82 lakhs. Anything else? 7 crore 4 lakhs chocolates. That's the power of change in the purchasing power with this asset class can get in, and that's why I always say that there is an investment. An asset class is one of the most important things that you choose. Very, very important thing, right? Coming to my next part, and I don't have any now any content which I want to really go about, right? And it's more of a concept. The second important thing is that in investment is early investing. So if I want to give you some cricket or any sports examples, if you want to be successful, probably you need to have best players. In investment, according to me, the two most important players that you need to have in your life, which can guarantee you success, is one is the right asset class, and the second most important thing is time. If you give more time, you don't need to worry about anything. Time is the most important thing. और कुछ चाहिए नहीं. एक छोटा सा I'll give you an example, and I will give you an example actually of my nephews and nieces, and how I have motivated them to start their investment right from probably they started their careers in the field of their own self. They are all in between 23 to 26, and all had started their investment way back when they were 19 and 20, and now they are all working, and of course they are all investors on a very regular basis. And only one thing I told them, that you are the luckiest guy to understand investment at the right age. And I'll give you an example. If you have 10,000 rupees, and just an example, don't put it onto the word, but if you have 10,000 rupees, and if you have, they were at 20, I said that you have a long life, don't worry. If you have the 10,000 rupees, you invest for 50 years, and you continue to invest for 50 years, the value of that 10,000 rupees at the end of the 50 years, where you are investing every month, it will be 93 crores at the rate of 15%. How much? Right. If you just invest 10,000 rupees on a monthly basis, or 10,000 rupees of an SIP. But if you say that, I don't want to be so early, अभी रुकना है थोड़ा मुझे, 10 साल जिंदगी जीनी है, बहुत कोई जल्दी नहीं है मुझे पैसा बनाने की, अभी तो नया अभी तो जॉब पे लगा हूँ, I need to spend, I need to move around, I need to live my life, I will do it after 10 years, there is no hurry, I have a long life to live. If they miss this first 10 years and have that 40 years left out with that same 10,000 rupees, their value would then be 23 crores. 94 से सीधा कितना? 23 crores. 60 crores are not getting generated because they decided not to take advantage of the first 10 years. इतना चोरी किया है और आज वो कभी छोड़ते नहीं एक भी महीना इन्वेस्टमेंट करने का. That is the beauty of this early investment, and you should be fortunate enough that people like Dr. Selva and Navemarg are actually taking pain without any real expectation of business. Right? What you can expect from a student is 2,000, 3,000, 500, 1,000. But it is a pain to make you understand the importance of early investment. My friends, in anything जो आप अच्छा शुरुआत करोगे और वो भी जल्दी करोगे, whether you play a football and you want to become a best player, you need to start early and practice at the best. जितना आप जल्दी चालू करोगे, that is going to work as an advantage. If you start late, it is a disadvantage that you create for yourself. Even today I meet my friends who come, and now because I am at nearly 50 and I meet people around, and then when I interact with them, a lot of people still are thinking to start actual serious investment, and the time left with them is only 10, 12 years, which are going to make their the so-called discipline more to achieve a peaceful retirement or whatever it is becomes very, 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 very difficult. So this thing that you need to remember, that start as early as possible. Very, very, very important is a life lesson in your investment or your investment. The next one is discipline. I think so. I will not repeat. Selsa sir said that end of the day is all about discipline. Investment is all about discipline. We are all youngsters. You are all youngsters over here. I am also a young guy. You tend to make discipline रखना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. बहुत बार खर्चा करने की इच्छा हो जाती है, सेविंग नहीं होगा तो चलेगा, अभी कुछ रुक जाते हैं. So my friends, my only thing which I want to tell, and I won't take long, एक चीज याद रखना इन्वेस्टमेंट के अंदर. दुनिया में लोग ऐसा बोलते हैं that income minus expense is equal to savings. Income minus expense is equal to savings. डिसिप्लिन ये सिखाता है कि इनकम माइनस इन्वेस्टमेंट इज इक्वल टू इनकम माइनस इन्वेस्टमेंट इज इक्वल टू एक्सपेंस. राइट? डिसिप्लिन ये सिखाता है कि आपको करते रहना पड़ेगा, इन्वेस्टमेंट रेगुलरली करता रहना पड़ेगा. You have to probably put aside some, which Dr. Selso had very well said in this video, that you need to probably take out those expenses which are nothing but your wants, but just focus on one aspect, that is the discipline, because discipline takes you miles ahead whether it is investment or any of the field that you are working or pursuing. Discipline is what हम जब बोलते exercise, you do regular exercise, सुबह उठ के पहले जाके आप exercise करो. What is that? Is nothing but a discipline, and it works for long. That one trait which is very very important, that is discipline, and of course the last and the final is the patience, and that is what the young generation needs to understand and learn, right? In today's world, instant gratification is what everybody look for. तो मैं जब भी कोई यंग इन्वेस्टर से बात करता हूँ ना, आज ऑनेस्टली आज बहुत सारे यंग इन्वेस्टर्स, फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी is improving at a very good pace in India, which is a good point. But what the problem is that their whole focus is on to instant gratification, right? उनको जल्दी पैसा बनाना, right? I see a lot of young investors today are investing into Bitcoin. So if you see the success of Bitcoin, and if you want to make a profile as which are the profiles of investors who are there into Bitcoin, then you will see that most of the young investors are there in Bitcoins. Even I see that in my experience, I see a lot of young investors actually today investing into share market. आज लेते हैं, कल लेते हैं, बेचते हैं. My friends, investing is all about marriage. Investing is nothing but a marriage where you need to stick on. It is not a dating which you today do and tomorrow change, right? You need to be very patient. एक ही चीज मैं आपको बोलूँगा, अगर आप अच्छा काम कर रहे हो, टाइम दे रहे हो, you can never go wrong. So in a conclusion which I just wanted to say, and I just wanted to say that ये जो आगे के दो है ना, right asset class and time, all of you sitting here have a very natural advantage. आप natural pitch पे खेल रहे हो, आपके पास समय है, which is the best part you have. What you need to inculcate, और जो आपके पास शायद नहीं होगा, that is the discipline and the patience, and that's where probably a distributor or a mutual fund distributor would help you, or a mentor, or whatever you say. These are the people who will help you to inculcate these two elements, that is the discipline and patience. But put in my word that all the four things would be very essential for creating or changing your life. That's what Dr. Selso has been saying, that your life should get changed, you should get blessed. That's the whole purpose of making investment, and that's what we have to do. And not only that, you have to also ensure that whatever you have learned, you should take a vow to also make similar people of your age to understand that. Even if you do that, अगर आपका conviction आ गया है, आप बहुत clear हो गए, this is what I am doing it. I think so it is your duty also to at least make other two people also understand the same thing. This is what is I call service to nation, because that's how, if a lot of young people start at the right time, I think so the kind of capital formation which is the necessity of any economy which can be done is because of you young people starting at the right time. So this is what, sorry, can I go back? So this is what I just wanted to say. I only have to say one thing from Mr. Mahatma Gandhi, because today is his death anniversary, and probably will go with his word. He says that what happens in the future, depends upon what small things that you do now. And if you do right things now, the future would be yours. So my question to you